Hello, fourth grade. We're going to be working with some mental math today and how we multiply and shift to different place values. So I have some numbers here and I think I have too much. I'm thinking along the lines of calendar math and when we do our daily depositor. And when I have too much in my ones place, I take them and I shift them over, right? I think I have 3 groups of 10. So I'm going to shift them over and see, do I really? Well, let's see. I do. I do have 3 groups of 10. It's much easier to see this way than it was with ones and trying to build it out, right? If I look, I have 30 pieces. So 3 groups of 10, it was 30 ones, but now when I regroup it, I have 3 10s, right? This is a group of 10, this is a group of 10, and this is a group of 10. We're going to use this thinking as we multiply today, just like we would up here. Let's get out your math journal, turn to a new page, and let's fill out the top of it. Go to the section in which you take down notes and you practice with your math skills. If you know the page number, put that in the top right-hand corner. Be sure and put today's date. And here is our lesson title. We're in Unit 2, Lesson 3, and we're going to shift place values using mental math when we multiply. At any point that you need to pause the video so that you can write down notes, go right ahead. So let's look at our I can statement. I can use mental math to shift by place value when multiplying with tens and hundreds. Let's see what this really means. I'm thinking about my tens facts, and I'm thinking of what was happening when I was shifting my numbers from multiplying with ones to multiplying with tens. So I can look at the fact of 3 groups of 1. That's 3, right? 1, 1, 1. 3 of those is 3. So 3 groups of 1 is 3. So let's think about then 3 groups of a 10. We just looked at that in Braining Camp, right? When I had a 10, and a 10, that was 3 groups of 10, and I had 3 10s. So if I'm thinking about that, since here I used some words and I didn't write down the number, what does this really mean? When I use this, it's kind of like moving from Braining Camp manipulatives into words, and I'm using this to represent those numbers I write down. So when I'm doing bigger multiplication, I'm going to start renaming that. So it'll look like this. 3 groups of 1 is 3, but 3 groups of 10 is 30. So let's keep going with that. What about hundreds? Well, if 3 groups of a 10 made 3 10s, doesn't it make sense that 4 groups of 100 makes 400? And I would rename that. 4 times 100 makes 400. Well, now, what if I had a 10 and I did 10 groups of that 10? That makes a 10 10. What? Does it make a 10 10? What is 10 times 10? Think about that calendar math and let's go back and look at it on Braining Camp. So in Braining Camp, I have 10 of those 10 sticks, right? 10 groups of a 10. It looks like it's too much for this place value. So what if I try to shift it over? What does 10 groups of 10 become? It becomes 100. Do you still see that, right? There's 10 across and it's 10 down. So 10 groups of 10s isn't a 10 10, it becomes a 100. Put that in your brain. That's some mental math that we need to remember. 10 groups of 10 is always 100. So when I'm multiplying by some 10s and some more 10s, it doesn't stay 10s. I use those placeholders of the zeros to rename it into 100. Okay, jump right back into your math journal notes. So we said 1 10 10, that's 10 groups of 10. comes together. And do you see how this 10 slid into the answer as a placeholder? And this 10 slid into the answer. And I had 10 tens became this. 10 groups of 10 made 100. Make sure you write that down in your notes and then draw a box around the next 2 to 3 lines. We're going to try to make sense of this in our own words. So what we're saying is, when I multiply, it's groups of something. I have certain number of groups of something. And when I have it in tens and hundreds, I can multiply by that and it shifts to the next place value. Then I rename the product. These answers, 3 tens, 300s, 400s, 110, right? All of these, the answers, that's called a product. And I rename them from here, like in my place value boxes when I'm building with base 10, into numbers. Let's practice this. Remember, at any time, you can always pause this video and make sure you catch up your notes. So let's look at this. 2 groups of 3. I have a 3 and a 3, and when I put them together and I multiply, those 2 groups become 6. So then, what if I have 2 groups of 3 tens? Do you see the pattern from above happening below? And what if I have 2 groups of 300? What happens? Write that down. Did you get that it turns into 6 tens and 6 hundreds? I see the pattern happening from above. Let's try with another one. Do you agree that 4 times 3 makes 12? I hope you do, because on Friday, we were working with some angry cats, and we made 4 groups of 3 angry cats. We had 12 angry cats. They were very angry. Well, what if instead I had 4 groups of 3 tens, right? So instead of 3 angry cats in a group, it was 30 angry cats in a group. Isn't this much bigger? Notice my place value holder came into play. Do you see that? That 0 slid over. Now, I'm not just tacking zeros onto the end here. No, people. No. I'm just using that 0 as a place value holder, and I'm making sure it appears in my answer. Because when I multiply by a 10, my answer has to include a 10. So if 4 times 3 is 12, what's 4 times 3 tens? And what's this? 40 times 30? Does this follow our pattern of above? It does, because when I multiply a 10 by a 10, I get a 10, or I get 100. Do you see how this 10 slid into its place value? And this 10 slid into the place value, and now it's shifting my number over 2 times. Did you still get that 4 times 3 is 12? So 4 times 3 tens is 12 tens. And 40 tens times 30 tens is 1200, because 10 tens makes 100. Remember, you can pause this video to go ahead and catch up on your notes and make sense of what's happening. Maybe practice it on Braining Camp. Let's keep going. Write these numbers down. 5 groups of 3 is 15, right? I can do 5, 10, 15. So then, wouldn't that be 5 tens, 10 tens, 15 tens if I were doing 5 groups of 3 tens? Oh, and then I keep going. Look at this now. 6 groups of 4. We've done this problem before too. It's 24. So if I have 6 groups of 40, and what if I have 60 groups of 40? Isn't my pattern going to continue? Take the time and write down your answers. Follow the patterns from above and our first 2 practices. Did you get that 5 times 3 tens is 15 tens? And 5 times 300 is 1500? What about your 24s? Did you get 240 and 2,400? Make sure you write these down in your notes, and I'm going to show you some IXL and some MegaMath games that are attached to this lesson that you can practice with. If you haven't already played MegaMath this year, it has some great games, and this one's going to let you practice your tens. So it's asking you 10 groups of 9 or 9 groups of 10. Well, you could go through and count these all out, but I'm thinking that, my place value holder has to come in, right? Because a 10 means I have a 10. And then I'm just doing 9 groups of 110. Don't I get 90 then? I bet I do. Let's put that up here. And then I can click go. We must have gotten it right. It's giving me a new problem. As you play through MegaMath, it will prompt you as to what you need to do for each problem, and it will ask you the question. You go through and work it out. This is just practice. The next practice you have is on IXL. So it's going to ask you to multiply this just straight out. So 100 times 82. I can use this learn with an example if I get stuck. And it says that I'm going to multiply, 10 times 19. I can multiply it by thinking of 10 as 110. So I'm not doing 10 times 19, it's 110 times 19. Well, that's 19 tens. And then I replace and rename the tens with my placeholder 0. And I get 190. Let's see if you can practice that too. So if I have 100, that's 82 hundreds. Do I type in H-U-N-D? No. 2 zeros are my place value holders for hundreds. Look, we did awesome. And it's going to go through and give me another one. Practice this so that you're ready to complete your exit ticket. You'll find your exit ticket on your Google Classroom with your teacher under Math. So this exit ticket is using that mental math to shift the place values when multiplying with tens and hundreds. You're going to need your notebook, so I hope you took really good notes. You can always go back and watch the beginning of the video if you need to. Use those notes and follow the patterns. Notice that your top 2 practices, I've helped you out. I've given you the placeholder zeros of tens and hundreds or 10 tens, make hundreds. Then you're going to fill in the bottom. Notice it says I click on the question mark and I type my answer. So I go right over here and I like to double click. When I double click, it highlights that. What is 4 groups of 2? Well, if I put up 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, 4 groups of 2 is 8, right? And then my pattern continues. It's still 4 groups of 2 tens. So I need to have some tens. 4 groups of 2 was 8. So 4 groups of 2 tens is 8 tens. Do you see how this pattern is happening? Well, what about 4 groups of 200? Wouldn't that be 800? And then think about your 10 tens. What's happening there? You're going to fill out this exit ticket. Use your notes to help you out. Remember, when you get finished, you need to click Turn In. If you have questions, email your teacher or add something into the comments so that we can help you out. Always feel free to go back and watch the beginning of the video and use those 2 practice websites to help you with the skills. Watch for another video tomorrow, and then we'll see you again live Thursday.